at the end, it says in the hands of a one-time friend, Tengen falls.
But it doesn't say he dies though. It said he falls, isn't it? So I don't know if that's a translation
Come
thing.
on, man. Why are you being... That man's finished that here, yo.
It's not said he's dead.
On the third day, he's going to ascend. Like Jesus Christ.
Like Jesus.
This week, we've got Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 208, Star and Oil, and Chainsaw Man Chapter 114, high schoolers these days. We're going to start with Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 208, which is basically the conclusion of the epic battle between Chozo, Tsukumo and Kenjaku. So yeah, they're the three-way battle royale, I guess. No, three-way deathmatch between these three powerful sorcerers, with two of them protecting Tengen, and obviously Kenjaku, who's possessed Gedo, has come to. No one knows what his ultimate plan is with Tengen is, but he's come to basically invade Tengen's star tomb. So in the last chapter, we saw Tsukumo unleash her curse ability, and obviously that was cool because we hadn't seen anything of her before. She was just like, oh, this is she's one of the 4 or 5 special grade sorcerers. So seeing her curse ability in action last couple chapters was amazing, and I think just seeing them to the tag team against Kenjaku or Pseudo Gedo has been really cool. I think for me, what's cool is just like them two. I know they're really powerful, Chozo and Tsukumo, but I just feel like this proves that he can be defeated. But yeah, so we're going to go into the chapter. So this chapter, hopefully, chapter 208, Star and Oil 4. It starts with Tsukumo with the death blow, with the fatal blow that Kenjaku landed in her last chapter, and then we go into a flashback. And what's interesting about having a flashback in this scenario, especially with manga, like flashbacks even happen when we're gonna progress the story with like details that people don't know about, like like in One Piece, love their flashback, like Bleach, love their flashbacks, and it just expands the story a bit more. But then again, what I did notice as well, flashbacks happen when people are gonna die. So that's not me saying she's gonna die. I'm not saying that because obviously I don't know, but I feel like there's gonna be a fatality here of somebody anyway. Because a lot of the chapters, a lot of the times you read manga when they have like especially a short flashback where it's like 2 pages, you're like, nah, someone's gonna get murked here, innit? So anyway,
it's normally the main character that they're in the flashback of.
But I mean, Yuji was mentioned in this flashback, but then again, like it's a bit weird though because I felt like it was more Chozo's flashback, like he was the star of it as opposed to.
That's what I'm saying. Typically when like you watch anime, like or when I read anime or watch or read like manga, it's typically if it's like the main character's flashback, right? Is that main character that something happens to?
Yeah.
It's not like someone in the flashback, unless like they proper like focus on that one person. It's typically, okay, this is that person's flashback, something's gonna happen to them in the present. So you can kind of read it that way.
Yeah, no, I reckon so. But then it just means like with Chozo, for example, like it being about his, because I felt like they like revealed a lot about his like motivation for why he's fighting now, and like his love for his brothers, and it's like he and like his like redemption. Well, not redemption, I guess. He's remorseful for the killing he's done, and I think it's good that we saw that because a lot of the curses are just like bloodthirsty killers, and we're seeing like another curse now being like, oh yeah, I'm really remorseful, and like even shedding tears and stuff. So I thought that was quite interesting. But back to your point about the main character, it's like I feel like it's more his flashback than it is hers. So that brings up the question: what's going to happen to him?
To him, yeah.
Because he's the one that gave us all the the reveals and stuff in this flashback, and she didn't really reveal anything. So does that mean that he's going to die, or he's going to ascend, like I don't know, like get a greater power, or he'll deal the death blow? Because that is his dad. Remember that guy is his dad. This Kenjaku.
For me, it's definitely more about Chozo. The whole lead up is about him, just like about his brothers and stuff like that. So it's more, I feel like, and it's just that whole build up of him just getting stronger and stronger, just to do anything he can to like venge them almost.
No, you know what? Like, I think I just respect the whole just how he's. I know, obviously, like his character then made its way through some stuff that happened a couple of chapters ago with that girl did that curse on him that altered his memory and stuff. But even so, I just do like the way how he's like how he's developed and how he's changed, because I feel like those the curse paintings, the way they've been created is like, yeah, sinister. So I feel like they do deserve redemption, and I feel like him like being kicked out of the Star Tomb was good, because then it allows him now to like get that redemption. And if Tsukumo is dead, then he has even more now to fight for, if you know what I mean. And one thing I will say, going back to Tsukumo's if she is dead, so this kind of winds me up a little bit, because she has done nothing, yeah. We've not seen anything of her in this entire manga, yeah. No, bro. We've not seen nothing of her this entire manga, yeah. And then now she comes with this amazing technique, yeah. Like, it's sick. She's like Merkin Man, whatever, yeah. Then she gets cut in half, bro.
Yeah,
and you know,
when I saw that panel, I was like, wait, I was confused for a hot second. I was like, "Is what really?"
They do that a lot though. Like, look at Stars and Stripe in My Hero. You know, stop revealing these characters, and then there's no spoilers here, by the way, Lewis. Stop revealing these characters, and then just like, oh no, they're not gonna progress in the story. But then again, we don't know if she's dead. So
yeah, we don't know. We don't know. But yeah, I'm not sure. Can she use like the reverse curse energy thing?
Bro, this is the first time I've seen anything of her technique. The first scene we saw of her was like, what girls do you like? And we've seen nothing of her since then.
Yeah.
And I do think her when she grabbed Kenjaku's leg and blew up, it reminded me of, remember Bleach when Yamamoto grabbed Aizen? Anyway, yeah, I just thought it was just like, that was a sick scene. Like in general, the chapter story-wise itself, I think was fantastic. Like, I don't know, like
I can agree with you on that. I'd say this chapter is really, really good. Just my gripe with the last, I want to say, when the culling arc started, right? For me, anyway, I don't know about you guys, it felt kind of hard to follow stuff, because they were introducing so many different characters, and then they were trying to explain all of these characters as much as they could, because we need to know about them for the stuff to make sense. And then, like, just a lot of stuff will just happen, boom, 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 boom. So to follow the story properly was a little bit difficult for me, right? So even maybe after this, I might just go back and just reread that, just so I can get it in my mind properly. Like, okay, understanding why certain things are happening, what's like with certain characters and stuff like that. But I'll definitely say that this chapter was
look
great.
Man, the Colin Arc gave us a freeway domain expansion, man. You know when I'm joking,
It's sick. I'm not gonna act like it's not good. It's really, really good. We've had some really, really good fights and all of that kind of stuff.
It's been full on. I get you. It's been full on, innit?
Yeah, just been a bit full on. Of course, there's bare stuff going on, and it makes sense that there's bare stuff going on, because there's a whole bunch of madness going on. But I just think to read it is a bit all over the place for me.
I feel like it would be portrayed better as an anime, that little part, the build up, just because you can go, okay. But sometimes when you're reading the panels and you're reading the next one, I'm over here now, this is a new character, what's going on here a bit. It's hard to process it, I think, if you're...
So did you not find it thrilling with all the narration?
No, I thought it was sick, but I agree what Phil's saying.
Okay. And in terms of like how this chapter,
this chapter though is sick.
I think just to round things off about this particular chapter, what were your final thoughts like in terms of the story, and like how what do you think about where Jujutsu Kaisen going?
Biggest thing for me, right? I'm more interested in, like, what is the end goal for this this main guy? I'm like, what's the end like for him?
You know, when
I see that, I'm more intrigued by that, and maybe when because at the end of it says Tengen dies, and I don't really get how he dies.
Yeah, that confused me big time with that.
But is Tengen dead? I'm sure it's just in a fetal position.
Man
Yeah.
said, I'm looking at the chapter now, my G. It says he's dead. It literally says,
Goodbye.
I just lost it. Goodbye, my friend. Like, what the hell?
But does that mean he's transforming? Is he evolving? Is he going to evolve into some next?
My man's in the fetal position, looking like he's bun up, brother.
Yeah, he blew up in that gravity thing. I thought
no, not in the gravity thing. This man is inside, like it looks like he's in a tree.
He's inside the tree. He's inside that main tree, innit?
I know where he is. I'm saying that he got blown up because you know when she self-destruct.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that self-destruct basically wiped him up. But I thought, when he said goodbye, my friend, I thought that's because he's come to give him the finishing blow. Like from what I got from this, and probably got it wrong, I thought that's where, because we never saw the real Tengen properly, did we? He was always like a hologram, innit? So I thought that he was always in that place, in that fetal position, because you know what I mean?
For me though, when you're in a fetal position, that the way he looks like there, he looks like he's in someone's he's in the womb. He's in the womb though. That's like he could be rebirthed into his new evolution or something like that.
But what I was gonna say,
he does evolve.
We'll go on to artwork afterwards. I was gonna say that kind of iconography of like him in a fetal position. Like, there's a lot to it. It's like death and he's dead, but he's in a rebirth, a birth position. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of symbolism in that one ending frame. Like, is this the death of obviously Tengen after 1,200 years, which is now leading to a rebirth within Kenjaku to his next ascended form. So I think there's a lot of. It's just a really nice end to it. You know what I mean? But
I feel like the word friend as well. Like when you say goodbye, friend. That's like, you don't say that to anyone.
Who the fuck is this Kenjaku guy, by the way? Because we've not had any.
Wait, right? I'm literally just as we're talking. I'm like rereading the last couple of pieces. My man says Kenjaku says, "What an exciting slideshow, yeah," and then it says, "Almost makes up for a boring life," and then the next slide is farewell. So I'm like,
he must be dead then.
He must be dead.
I think he's going to be reborn. I think he's going to be reborn.
But he didn't remember the vessel. He didn't head in the vessel, didn't he?
At the end, it says in the hands of a one-time friend, Tengen falls.
But it doesn't say he dies though. It said he falls, isn't it? So I don't know if that's a translation thing.
On, man. Why are you being? That man's finished that here, yo.
It's not said he's dead.
On the third day, he's going to ascend. Like Jesus Christ.
Like Jesus.
No. Because in other mangas, when it says someone falls, it doesn't mean he dies. Hey, look, this guy's been alive for 1,200 years, so I don't think we're that easy to kill. That's basically what I'm trying to say. He's been alive for this long. To be fair, no one's been able to meet him before. This is the first time anyone's met him, so, But okay, let's move on to...
dead. Want to make a bet? I'm saying it's dead.
I'm not making a bet.
Rebirth.
I'm not making... No, I think there will be a rebirth, but not with him. But who knows? Okay, but...
What I think though, I think this Kenjaku guy, as you said earlier, right? He's taken like the power of this Donnie of Tengen somehow, some way, right? Finished him. Now he's with this corpse. And he's gonna go and remove like some curse from him.
No, do you
to make himself stronger?
Kenjaku's gonna put himself in Tengen's body because you know how he puts his brain in people's bodies. Like
that would be stupid because that would be stupid because I don't see the point of him doing that because but the thing is not Tengen. When he puts his brain in the body, he takes their abilities. But what abilities does Tengen really have that he needs? Right,
Tengen's immortal. Well, he was immortal.
But what does he really need though?
But they've not explained they've talked about Tengen in this manga and they've talked about him being this omnipotent, whatever he is, king sorcerer. But they've not explained what his ability actually is and what he is. So we don't actually know. You know how the Soul King in Bleach here, we never knew what his actual true importance was. I reckon Kenjaku is gonna insert his brain into because he's done this with several people, and it's this. You know, have you seen Kenjaku?
Man, I'm not rocking.
I feel like he's more.
Go on.
I just feel like you can't put your brain in him. That's why he has to have a star vessel to put himself into, to then live as like in our world, he's like a spirit person, you know. So,
Yes.
I don't think you could put your brain in him because it's just.
No, that star vessel is still a person.
That's what I mean. He has to go inside that person.
He has to go inside the person. Exactly.
So now that body that he was inheriting is dead, but it is a physical body. Kenjaku potentially could put his brain, or I don't know how he does it.
Do you know what makes me think that, you know, he's in that fetal position? What's to say in the background, someone's found a new vessel or whatever, and he knows that he's about to then go into, it's just about, they're doing like some sort of ritual in the background. He's about to absorb himself into a vessel and he's not dead.
I think that's a reach still.
That explosion is wiped. There's no one left. If that explosion has fucked up Tengen, no one else is alive then. I'm sorry.
I think it's a rebirth. I'll go with that.
It'll be, you know what? It'll be. We can agree that it was a great chapter. It'll be good to see what happens next.
Wait. Is Tengen stronger than Gujo?
I assume. Thing is, yeah, I don't think he's not a fight. I don't know. He's not a fighter, really. He's just this omnipotent that has to be protected, isn't it?
He for me, he comes across as more like a god entity. You know?
Oh, yeah, exactly. More than that, as opposed to like, I'm just this powerful being, you know. Well, not this powerful fighter.
But even being a quote unquote god entity, yeah, you're still like stronger than certain people.
Okay, well,
right?
imagine
like, if we're talking about Bleach, no one's fucking with the Soul King, really. Let's be honest.
Oh, well,
because he's the god entity in it. Because everyone rates him.
You've read all of Bleach, isn't it?
I've read all of it.
So this just proves what you're saying.
But in the story of Bleach, no one's really fucking with the Soul King.
Okay, but you've read all of Bleach, so you know what happens.
I know it, but that's neither here nor there.
Thanks, guys.
Oh man.
No, we can't. We can't spoil it for Lewis.
We're not even spoiling nothing for Lewis.
Well, I've not said anything. I've just said okay. Let's rein it back in because let's not go off.
All right, go on.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. We can agree that obviously no one knows what's gonna happen next. I mean, if Tengen somehow gets up and is like, look, it's not gone down like that. Imagine Tengen comes and says, I'm gonna brawl with Kenjaku. He starts fighting.
And he has a mad domain expansion.
What? A global one.
He's like, got you. This is not an illusion. I've got you in my trap. Oh my god. Yo, I'll crack up though. But
I was waiting for you to step right there to activate it.
But I do like I think Jujutsu Kaisen, because you know what I like about it, especially like with this arc, it's the author is not afraid to like kill off main character. They're not afraid to like make you love a character and then just go, they're gone now, innit? And just like you know, like Dragon Ball love to protect their main characters and reuse them. Yeah,
Frieza's been resurrected like 70 million times.
So yeah, let's talk about artwork. What we thought about artwork, and now we can talk about the that fetal position a bit more. I just want to say, basically, in terms of artwork, quickly, that I thought the artwork was fantastic. It was the thing that makes Jujutsu Kaisen the battles interesting. Is like each of the moves take up a single panel. So it does like lots of thrilling, you know what I mean? It's like watching a martial arts.
It's dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I felt like Choso and Tsukumo in this battle, like you saw each of them like do their poses, then do the move. Then it was just like intricate details that made you like damn, like if you did a flip book, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like even the panel where Thingy stepped on that girl and she was like cut in half. Like just the impact of like it just looks powerful.
Yeah.
Definitely. The art's great in this. Definitely great in this.
And I just just lots of good moments, like, you know, Choso crying, and also just see that fetal position, I think has a lot of significance more than I like, you know what I mean, Lewis?
Yeah, I think you can dive deep into that, and you can go all different types of ways. Like Phil, you're saying, he's definitely dead, and I'm like, oh no, that's a fetal position. I think he's gonna get rebirth. I think that's gonna happen. There's so many different layers to that one picture.
It's dead to me. Looks dead to me.
You think he's just
But
dead?
it's very
Looks
open.
dead
It's
to
very
me.
open. To
I
me,
just
that
think it's
little
just-
bit at the bottom, it looks like he's sleeping.
Well, this is it. I just think it's just It's
That's how I look like when I'm
why
sleeping.
would you pick that position to draw this omnipotent figure in? You know, when normally people die, you just see that it's obliterated, isn't it? But he's like in this position for particular reasons. I think there's going to be some sort of.
And he's in a womb-shaped type of tree arc as well. Like,
Well, you know what? The star tomb could be the womb, and he's the baby inside that star tomb, and that could be in
yeah,
Kenjaku's that open. You know what I mean? There's lots of things that could be said about the iconography in this chapter. But
I really like this chapter.
I honestly think should we conclude like what Lewis, like if you want to give your score and what you thought?
I think this one is for me a 9, just because it's like you had a big climax, and then you're like, it's the calm before the storm right now. We don't know what's going to happen. Like, you know, it could go 2 different ways. And I just thought the action was really exciting. And then you get calmed and you're like, okay, right, what's going on? So yeah, that's mine, 9.
Okay, cool. I totally agree. I don't even need to add any more to that, mate, because mine's the same.
I'll say mine's a 9.5. Only I would have given it a 10. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, only a 9.5 because I think Sakumo, she's so sick, and I think just killing her. Well, so we don't have to kill her off because you know, like when she grabbed Kenjaku's foot and she's smiling.
Yeah,
that smile could even mean because a lot of these characters, they smile when they blow themselves up or whatever. But that smile could mean that this is like I'm not dead. It's part of my plan. Or it can mean like, I'm going to get one last big hurrah before I die. It can mean a lot of things. So even that smile, I think it'll be a lot more menacing if like she's not dead and then he has a flashback. Oh yeah, that's why she was smiling when she grabbed my leg. It could be she's just like, that's the kind of character she is. But my thing is, I just think like, I hope she's not dead because I think she was a sick character that they built her up, like just having these little one-off moments she appeared. You're like, this character, she's impactful, and then they just killed her. So that's why I guess a 9.5 for me. I just think like, she's too good of a character to have just killed off after one battle. You know what I mean? Or maybe they did that because she's so OP, she couldn't fight anyone else. She's just too OP that she fought anyone else, she just killed them.
True. But then, like, even just going along that line of thinking, then they could have kept her alive and just had her had like a teacher or something.
Well, we don't know how it's going to end. We don't know if she's dead, man. Like I said, she was smiling when she grabbed his leg.
We'll see.
So our second manga we're going to discuss is Chainsaw Man, chapter 105, high schoolers these days. So basically, this chapter is the latest arc where Denji is on a date with Mitika and have gone to an aquarium, and they've been basically Denji reveals that the Eternity Devils return, and now they're trapped in this aquarium for days. And this chapter, even though it was a lot shorter than the last chapter, which was 25 pages, it's only 12. We get to see a lot more about Devil Hunters Club, and Yoshida makes another appearance. We don't know what role he's going to play yet. Even though I find it funny because in the first part he did 2 things, and then now he's like the main guy. You know what I mean? But one of the main guys. But so this chapter I feel like a bit of a filler chapter. I feel like it's an extension of 114. You know what I mean? Nothing happened. Like we got to see a bit of like their mental
dialogue, mate. This is just dialogue.
Mental health. They had a bit of mental health stuff because they're trapped in eternity. But I don't know. It was cool to see some of the discussions between. You get to the president. Like they wouldn't let us hear his name last chapter in the comedy, and then now we get to hear he's a big Chainsaw Man fan. Like why he's a big Chainsaw Man fan. And
man got an implant in his chest.
I know.
He's got an implant in his chest.
But there's little things like that. Yeah, that was quite funny, innit? For the short 12 chapters. But I personally don't think that we were given it enough.
Yeah.
We felt a bit like.
I think what it was doing was heightening the fact that they're just stranded there. You know.
But then you know what? remember, this has been done already. The Eternity Devil came in the previous arc, so this is kind of like a throwback arc, I guess. But then I don't think they need to. They need to. I don't know. I don't think they need to show us this long mental process because we've already seen this already in like the other arc. Maybe he's doing it to show the difference between high schoolers and I guess adults, how they both cooperate, how they both deal with the same situation. But personally, I think it's a cool throwback. But I personally think like I don't know, unless the Eternity Devil's got some new method to like kill Denji or end Chainsaw Man, or he's got some new way to fight him. I don't know what. We'll see what the point is. You know what I mean? Because obviously the Famine's Devil is there as well. So we'll see. But I don't know.
I think it's also there to heighten the relationship between Denji and this girl, because she obviously wants to turn him into a weapon.
I know, but I just feel like that's obviously fine. Like obviously that's cool, but I'm just kind of like not seeing how the Eternity Devil was going to play into this because he's already been like banged. Like you know, Denji fought him for like 3 days, murked him for three days, and the guy's like, "Nah, I give up, man. Like, just kill me in it." So I don't know like what. I'm just interested to see how this how it all plays in together, like Famine Devil, the Eternity Devil, and you know but then I just think the chapter itself, I wouldn't say it was a weak chapter, but I think
you're lying.
It was weak.
You're lying.
Compared to what we got last week,
correct. It was weak.
No, because you were laughing a minute.
This was chapter 114.5. That's all it is.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
All it is, they had that one little funny moment where man said he's got a little thing in his chest. That's about it. What else is it?
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay.
There's nothing got added really.
I mean, the banter about mobile phones and students having mobile phones. I don't know that's even.
Yeah, but
banter.
we already had the little mobile phoney bit. We saw it broken, and we know there's another one, but there's no signal. Who cares? You know,
who cares? You can't do shit. You can't do shit now. So the only other thing that really came from this chapter was the girl revealing to Denji that wants to turn him into a weapon. That's about it.
But then the funny thing is, Denji's so dumb.
I know.
He doesn't know shit.
Just brushed it off like, oh, what does that mean? And it's continued. And it gave her a starfish. Yeah. You know what I mean? So she's gone mad.
Then it ends.
I know. Do you like starfish? Do you eat fish? Oh, I don't want to eat fish. And it's just like.
But this is why I feel like that's good. That's going to heighten their relationship because he's being sweet. He doesn't know that he's doing it. He's just going, well, if you don't like fish, there's this, you know. But she might go.
Remember, Denji's come from poverty, like extreme poverty. So he's just like you say, he doesn't know what he's doing. So he's just like, yeah, let's just eat. Like, we're gonna eat for trapped there for days.
My man willingly accepted
or
vomit to eat. You know, so let's not give Denji no props.
Bro, Denji's the dirt. He's the dirt. He's the bottom of the bottom.
No, but
they're the type of people that you don't want to meet in the world, mate. Because they got nothing to lose.
No, you're the kind of people that you don't want to go toilet and leave your meal. And you say,
No, you don't want to eat at their house. You don't want to eat at their house. You don't want to eat at their house.
Or you don't want to go to a bar with him because he will definitely mind sweep. He'll be like, bruv, I've got you a drink here. And he's like, here's your drink. And I'm like, and you can see some lip stain on it. You be like, you never know what's going to But let's not, I don't know why let's not cuss Denji because Chainsaw Man's a bad man. We know he's broke. We all know, but I just think
but that makes him a cool character though.
But what's your thoughts on like where you think it's going to go then from this chapter? Because obviously this chapter didn't really progress that much, but
I fully think that you're just going to get to a point where then you're going to say, you know what, fuck this, boom.
Yeah, I agree.
But where is there?
He's going to reveal himself to everyone.
He's going to reveal himself and be like, okay, you know what, boom, we need to get out of here because I'm not going to be in here forever. Like, I personally want to get out of here myself. I don't care about you lot. Yeah. And his goal is to like make it known that he's Chainsaw Man anyway. Yeah. He's going to say, F it, let the thing go, start going crazy, right? Until the devil shows up. He kills the devil, goes about his day.
What if all those public safety guys all die and then no one knows? No, not the public safety guys, even Hunter Club guys, because they're the ones, they will spread the news that Denji's him, but if they all die, then it kind of defeats it'll be a bit of a comedic element, like he's revealed he's Chainsaw Man now, obviously, what's the name?
And then he kills everybody that knows. Oh, yeah.
No. I think they die. I don't because he's not going to kill them, is he? They die
But
from in the battle.
It could be just by accident, isn't it? It could be by accident.
Well, look, look. We still have the famine devil. We don't know what she's going to do, and eternity devil. So there's another devil could appear. We don't know in it because there's still a lot, and it will be interesting to see. Cause obviously, he hasn't eaten because you know that Chainsaw Man's thing is like when he eats.
Yeah.
Another devil, they disappear in it.
Mm-hmm.
And like it'll be interesting to see because obviously when the devils die in hell, they come back to Earth in it. So it'll be interesting to see if there are any more devils that come back and there won't be.
Question though, right? This is not about this chapter because I just want to know when Denji turned into like the proper Chainsaw Man. Yeah, what caused that again?
I mean, I had that chapter ages ago. I can't remember, bro. No, he was beefing. What's that
He
thing?
had that thing wrapped around him, didn't he? Had that weird like.
Yeah, but I can't remember. But like, there was a reason why he turned into that specific version of Chainsaw Man, and I can't remember why. But then I think maybe because a lot of things was happening, we kind of skipped over it in just the reading.
It happened during the hell bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it happened during the battle with Makima.
Makima. So. No, my bad. I forgot us all off. Anyway, let's move back to this. My fault.
No. But it's an interesting point though. Like,
are we going to see that version again?
I don't know, but then you know, it'll be interesting, to see like, so this Eternity Devil. I think he comes back. Let's see if he's got all his memories intact, and then he'll be like, I remember you fucking killed me, blah blah blah, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna make you suffer. And obviously now Denji's on a date with this girl. Because Denji now Denji like loves just force for girls. Could he now fall for this girl? And then Devil's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck this girl up. And then she's like, oh, I'm a devil too, and then transform the Eternity Devil into like a weapon.
There's got to be some sort of action. There's got to be because it's
been too plain for a little bit while now.
Too lovey-dovey, innit? Too lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
But
something's got to go wrong. Something's got to go wrong.
One of those Devil Hunter Club guys, the students are going to die for sure, man.
What if one of them a devil? What if one of them's a devil?
What if one of them?
I don't think so.
What if the Eternity Devil is the head of the club, the president? But he's, and this is all like a big. Because actually, you know, there was a panel of one of those guys like doing some like boxing in the background.
Yeah, there was. There definitely was.
See, it's interesting. I just think this chapter didn't really give us enough meat to kind of like digest. It just kind of like had some skits and then it just like ended. You know what I mean? And I think that's weird because it's not like you can't get 25 pages one week and then get 12 the next week. You know what I mean? I know it's Christmas and that, but even so. So
I just feel if they don't give us anything in the next chapter, it'd be very disappointing.
Yeah. Very slow.
Yeah, because it's been so good up until this point. So for it to not switch on to something, it's just going to be like, oh, I've got to wait again to get some. Oh, I need it.
Could you think though that could be like part of part of the like Eternity is drags on, so he's dragging on these chapters to make us feel like
that's what I think. I think that.
That's a shout. You know, that's a shout. I
definitely think that's
clever storytelling, isn't it? Because then,
it's gonna make us lose our mind like all the other characters.
Yeah, but this is it. And then when something happened, we'll be like, oh, and they'll be like, oh my god, it finally happened. But yeah, it will be interesting. Artwork. Anything to say in particular about artwork?
Not much going on.
Not much going on. It's just typical Chainsaw Man artwork, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it does what it needs to do. We can tell who the characters are.
Yeah. I'm curious to just see who if the Eternity Devil does return, what then their new design will look like. Who they'll be, and it was just really interesting to see that kind of stuff. But other than that, I think this chapter's just been it's been all right, man. It's just been it's just been a bit of a filler chapter, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
Do you want to give your conclusion and scores, guys?
Damn, scores. Score. Do you know what, I wouldn't say it's crap, but honestly, because I feel like it's not a lot there. I'll give it a 5 because it's not shit. I'll give it a 5. Give it a 5 is midway. It doesn't really do anything, right? Plus, I feel like it's just an extension of the last chapter. Yeah. So, yeah, it's 5 max. If I'm pushing it, I give it a 6.
No, sorry, you said the 5. You kept the 5 score.
No, I keep the 5, man. It's 5, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think a 5 for me. I think the only reason I wouldn't give it lower is because I've loved Chainsaw Man so much. I think if this was something that slogged its way to this point and it's still slogging, it would be lower. But I think because they've showed me such greatness before this moment, I'm willing to just kind of... And I feel like what we discussed is this part is done for a reason to make us feel the same pain as them. So I think if it had... I'm a person that likes a bit of action. So I think that would have pushed it up for me. But because there's no action, it's a 5.
I think at the 4.5, only because, there's quite a few characters in there. And I felt like, if you wanted to like, this to be a little bit of a filler kind of chapter, you could have like explored, and we could have seen a bit more from other characters. We did see some of the other characters, like maybe one panel or like get a word and stuff like that. But I felt like, it's an opportunity here, if we are going to be stuck here for a while, it's an opportunity here to kind of like, I mean, why bring these like 3 characters from the Hunters Club if you're only going to focus on one? You know what I mean? And if it's dragging on, then it should be enough time to like kind of, I guess, just give like a conversation with each of them, you know what I mean? And just like, I know we had a little bit of that in the last chapter, but not really, you know what I mean? And what's his fella? The Yoshida fella. I love how they're still keeping him quite mystery. You know what I mean? Like he's still. I don't know if he's a good guy. I know he's like a public devil hunter, whatever. But I still don't know if he's a good guy. I don't know if I believe him if he's like a good guy. He's just too. He reminds me of Ichigo Gin so much. You know what I mean? You remember Gin?
Yeah, Gin from the first part of Bleach. It's a bit weird. You don't know what's going on with him.
That's what I mean. He's just there with his smiley, but it's like a sinister smiley face. You know what I mean? Like he knows something that no one else knows, and I feel like he always does. So I think like it's good to see like his interaction with Denji, because when they like he never reveals stuff. I know he's like, oh yeah, I've got a phone too, and it's just like I don't know, well, you know what I mean? Like it might be comedic value, but then it's like I don't know. There's something sinister about him. 100%. So. The chapter wasn't like the best chapter in the world because it didn't really like give us much. But I guess, I don't know. It's a chapter in it. We had a chapter this week.
What do you think of the art then? You never saw what you thought of the art.
Me, I just thought the art was just like, yeah, it was good, man. I mean, there was nothing outstanding because nothing really happened. I guess like the first page, probably the best, where it was what's her name? Mikata, when she's talking to herself, and it showed the time, like kind of like we saw like how time has moved. So that was kind of cool. And I guess like there was a few panels where she was, near the end when she starts muttering, and they're just like, "Oh, why are you talking to yourself?" I thought that was funny. So there were some nice comedic, like nice pictures in there, not comedic artwork in there. But other than that, it was just. It wasn't like, we know Chainsaw Man for like some of the top tier like panels that have been drawn, you know what I mean? So I just felt like this, it was a chapter that, yes, but then I just felt like this could have just been, we could have had a break for Christmas. That could have been, the 12 pages could have been put into the other chapter. And then we could have just like skipped this 12 pages and just gone to the, like you said, it's basically 114.5 in it. So yeah, for that, yeah. But yeah, well, thank you guys for another week of great manga insight and great manga reviews for these chapters. Join us next week for more manga. You can subscribe, like, and share this video. And yeah, join us again next week where we'll dive into more Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man. There could be some more as well. You never know. But yeah thanks, guys. Catch you later.
Catch you later.
Bye.